Hello, everyone. My name is John, and I'm the husband, the other half of a couple of doctors. I'm getting ready today, driving to work. Got a long drive, 2 hours, but I wanted to do this video, kind of introduce myself and talk about a male's version of infertility and kind of my thoughts on the struggles we've been going through. So I'm going to continue flossing as I'm getting ready. Like Chelsea said, I'm an orthodontist, so healthcare is very important to me, especially for your teeth. So if you guys ever want any tips, let me know. Literally the best toothpaste ever. I love this stuff. Crest 2-step, it's amazing. So I have to apologize for these bumpy Michigan roads. I know it's not ideal filming, but this is really where I get my best thinking done. I'm in the car a lot. This is kind of like my own little temple of meditation where I get to really sit down and think. And so I'd say one of the coolest things about our relationship is Chelsea and I were actually each other's very first kiss. Now, that's because we dated in 7th grade, which was middle school, the first year in middle school, and we had all the different elementaries come together, and we all were in the same middle school, meeting new people, and we started dating because we had mutual friends, and it was one of those things where you only date for 2 weeks, but we were in her basement. I'll never forget this. We were in her basement playing Truth or Dare Jenga, and I pulled the piece that said, kiss the person on your left, which was Chelsea. And it was one of those real quick pecks. And then we basically didn't talk after that and then broke up a week later, which is just so funny. Never really talked again until senior year of high school when we had physics class. And she loved to say how she thought I was just some dumb jock, even though I didn't really play sports. I played tennis. But we had physics class together, and I remember we were going to check our grades, and she was like, yeah, sure, we can go check grades. Well, I come to find out I got like a 98% on this physics test, which I love physics. I always taught physics even in college, and she like got a B- or something, and then she was like, what? And so after that we started hanging out and a little bit of tutoring and going on different dates, and it's just been history ever since. We've had an incredible journey together so far. We both started dating senior year of high school. We were high school sweethearts. I went to, we both went to college together, but I went to dental school and she went to medical school, and that was always amazing because having a partner who understood what you were going through, but it was still different enough. Like when I had my exams, she was able to like help take care of the house and do things like that. And it was just the opposite for when, she had to do her exams. And that really taught me a lot about relationships, and why I think ours is so successful right now is, a relationship is not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 90-10, and sometimes it's 100-0. It really is just understanding that sometimes that person is going through a lot, and you have to be there and be their support system. It's not always 50-50 and, oh, hey, well, I did the dishes and you got to do the laundry. And it's always picking up the slack when you need to be there and support them. So that's how we do our relationship, and we've had a lot of success with it. Obviously, it's not perfect, but we love each other and really understand and support each other. And I remember talking to my grandma one time, and I was telling her, what makes our relationship so amazing is I was able to go out and achieve my ultimate dream of being an orthodontist while being with someone who was achieving her ultimate dream of being a pediatric ER doctor. So being able to support each other while we're going on our own quests and achieving our ultimate dreams has just been amazing. I wanted to get to the heart of this video, talking about how this IVF journey has really affected me. And I'll just first start out by saying that I know it has affected Chelsea way more than it has me. And it's not saying that it doesn't affect me. For her biggest goal, other than being a pediatrician, was having a family. And that was always on my to-do list, but it wasn't like my dream like it is hers. And I'm excited to have a family. I think that's just part of getting older, especially as a man, and maturing. Is having kids, it was just not even on my radar. But now that I'm older and I have friends who have families, and they just talk about how life-changing it is, and I can sense that inside of me that I'm ready for that next stage of my life. But Chelsea, that's her everything. And at the beginning of this whole journey, I didn't really realize how bad it was, because we've had other friends go through this, but it almost wasn't as severe. They just get to do IUI or take some pill that increases their hormones. But it didn't really set in for me until we sat down with the doctor, and he was talking about her hormone levels are so low that there's certain clinics that wouldn't even accept her as an IVF candidate. And that was just kind of like, whoa, like mind-blowing for me, that, this is no joke. This is, we can't waste months doing IUI. We have to start off doing the IVF. And I actually am at that next stage in my life where I'm done with school, I'm done with residency, I'm finally making a paycheck, thank God. But with these loans and everything having to pay back, and IVF isn't cheap. That's another thing, is how are we going to afford this? Looking at maybe taking out other loans or whatever we have to do to make it work. But I'm willing to do that, and so is she, and whatever it takes. So, I think as the man and being the provider right now, at least for the family, money is a huge aspect. But money aside, we're willing to do whatever it takes. I know we've talked about it, and we have a dollar amount in our minds where we're going to have to draw the line, because with student loan payments and buying a business and just getting started in our careers, this honestly couldn't come at a worse time. But we're going to be making it work. We're hopeful. I'm a super optimistic person. I always see the glass half full, and I think another part of that is just having faith and believing in God and His will, and anything, whatever happens, it's His will and it's meant to be. And it's, bringing up the whole religion aspect, is this His will? Like, are we not meant to have kids? And Chelsea and I have talked about that too, and that's a hard pill to swallow, because you want to be able to, I guess, leave your legacy and pass your genetics down. And it would be so amazing to see a child that was half mine and half Chelsea's. But if that's not God's will, then we accept that, and whatever He wants, we're just going to do. And talk to a lot of people, and then you just come to find out that it doesn't matter if the kid is your genetics or not, as long as you raise someone and instill your values and belief system in. So we're hopeful. I'm hopeful that this is going to work. No matter how many rounds it takes, we're just going to do whatever we have to do. And whenever God tells us it's, time to not do it anymore and it's time to adopt, then that's what we're going to do. But I'm not giving up hope just yet. I really think that the doctors, after talking to them, they're really hopeful. Chelsea responds better than they thought to the medications, even though she's on max dose. We're at least seeing results. It's not amazing results. It's not results that can really be compared to anyone else, but we're seeing something, and that makes us hopeful. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. Stay tuned, because later tonight I'm going to have an introduction for our family right now, our 3 little fur babies. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch these videos and follow us on this journey. And we look forward to connecting with all of you in the coming days. So another thing I wanted to do in this video was introduce our cats. We have 3 of them, all different ages from 8, 6, and 2. And so I wanted to take this part to introduce you to our family that we have right now and our 3 fur babies. So there's certain cats that like people, and there's certain cats that just enjoy being around other cats. And Sansa is definitely one of those that just likes being around other cats. She does not like it when we pick her up, try and pet her. She only lets us pet her if we're gonna give her food. And other than that, she just begs and sleeps around the house. We initially got Sansa because Chelsea wanted a cat with extra paws, a Hemingway cat. And we found this one on, where did we find her?
I think I found her on Pet Finder, and she has extra toes.
Yes, that is right. She has extra claws, 7 per foot. And we fostered her for a month, and it was one of those where Chelsea was like, if we don't love her, no one else is going to love her. And now we're stuck with her.
Don't say it like that.
We love her. It's just she only
never,
comes around when she wants food.
she's never gonna cuddle. It's okay.
What do you want? Dinner? Because that's the only thing you ever want? So you don't want pets? Come here. Nope. Run away. Per usual. You petting yourself? See what you're doing? You petting yourself because you won't let us touch you? Come on, baby key. You're the best, baby key. And this is Oscar D.
Mama's boy.
We got him when we were in college, sophomores in college, living at the apartment. He is 8.5 years old. He's a good boy. He is the most neediest cat you'll ever meet. He is always up Chelsea's butt, but he's also the most annoying cat in the world. If he knows he's not supposed to do something, he'll do it because he's super smart. But he's a dick. Aren't you? Aren't you? And when we were, I think, second years in medical school and dental school, we got Luna as a pet for Oscar, just something to play with him, because whenever I came home from college, I'd bring him home to our house, and we had another cat called Kiki, and he loved playing with her. They were always running around and getting into trouble, so we knew that he needed to have another cat around. So we got Luna, which is kind of funny because she's not really another cat type of kitty. And Oscar still loves to beat on her and wrestle all the time. This is baby kitty, also known as Luna. She is a Japanese bobtail. Fun fact, the same type of cat in Hello Kitty. But she is very affectionate. She's more like a dog than she is a cat. Very friendly when people come over. She used to be a lot more playful than she is, but she's just really easygoing and very cuddly and just super cool.
Likes to beg to go outside.
Yeah, her favorite thing to do is cry at the back door to go outside. We don't really let her outside more than 10 minutes at a time, and we always keep an eye on her because we think she's a little dumb. Probably will run off and never find her way back, but we still love her. You the best, baby key. You hungry? Oh, it's Sansa, scared of everything. Chelsea's about to give her a shot. Which one's this one?
It's on NPR. You can't record me given I'm in a dress, so my whole butt is gonna show.
Yeah, that's why I'm recording it. Just because I can't post it doesn't mean I can't record it.
Oh yeah.